Hi, today we're going to be embellishing and adding more beautiful pages in our junk journal. And it's all about using your stencils, envelope punch board, just anything you have on hand, book pages. It's going to be a variety of things. So let's get started and let me show you. Hi, this is Marsha. Welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. And I finished up one signature, so I wanted to show you all of the elements that went into making this. So this is the cover, and I've laminated the digital printouts, and I just used a matte laminate on one side, and then I stitched it on my sewing machine, and I did that on both the front and the back covers. And this is going to be like a food diary, a recipe book, journaling, just my whole health experience with my diet, since I have to follow a rotation diet. Okay, so at first I have a doily, I have a magazine page, piece of cardstock, digital printout, a recipe book page, a plain paper, a map, vintage map page, and then a snippet roll there. And then it repeats. I have a flip out page here with cardstock, and I have a 3-pocket page here that I made with the recipe page, book pages as well. Another plain piece, the other side of the recipe page, the other side of the cardstock and the digital printout, and the other side of the magazine page and the doily. Okay, and then on each of the pages I have a little handmade envelope, and then it has a little tag in it, so that's a journaling card, and I'm just using it as a little flip over. And then each of these have journaling cards, and these come from the paper packs. So I buy the 12 by 12 paper packs, and then they have a journaling tag page on there, so I just cut those out, and when I'm using a certain theme. So this particular signature, I was using a certain theme of papers. So this one right here, it comes all from the same paper pack. And then I made, using that same paper, made 3 envelopes, and which is the one I showed you on the back. So this one is with fans. It has a little journaling card inside here, and I made a belly band out of the same paper pack, so this envelope doesn't slide out. And then this one, this is a book page, and then there's tags in both of these, and of course that was from the same paper pack. And so I have the pink one here, and then I decided to leave the flap. I like that. And then a journaling card goes under here, so I didn't seal that all the way. And then a snippet roll here, and then a little mini envelope that I made here with a little teeny tiny tag inside of that. So isn't that cute? It's all really so cute. Okay, and then another flip over envelope here, another journaling tag that went in here with that same pretty butterfly theme. And then you see the tab. So I cut off a little bit of the flap of the envelope here just to show that. And then I have a journaling spot here. I can journal all on the white space here, journaling all of this over here, and I can put whatever I want to put here. So I'm just leaving this for mainly for decoration. Okay, so now that I've shown you all of those elements, let's get into the second signature, and then my cover, which is a fabric cover, and then I will sew these all in once I'm done on my commercial sewing machine. And so that's going to be an interesting task. So and then I'm thinking I will probably use a ribbon just to hold the cover into this outside cover. So it's going to be a ribbon instead of just, I'm not going to stitch it in anyway. Alright, so to make the 3-pocket page that I showed you, okay, this one back here. Alright, this is really simple to do. It's so easy, and you can do it. What I want to show you and teach you is to incorporate the same elements and just repeat those from your next project. So from journal to journal to journal, or album to album to album, or even an ephemera or a card, a gift, whatever you want. You can repeat these same styles, and you can just repeat that over and over again. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel and boggle your mind every time of, oh, what am I going to make this time? Just change up the papers, and every time you change up the papers, it's going to look different. So that's the beautiful thing about this. Okay, so the 3 book pages, I'll show you how to fold them, because you want to fold them so that you're reading the wording going in the right direction, okay? And then I hand stitch this, but you could faux stitch it if you wanted to take that extra time, but I don't. I have a sewing machine, so I don't have to worry about that. And then the flip out page, this is really so simple to do. But okay, so let me show you this one first. All right, so you have your 3 pages. Now you just have to decide, and it doesn't have to be book pages, but we're using up book pages, you know, trying to save the landfill, trying to reduce our carbon footprint, doing everything we can. So that's why I have eco-friendly green crafting, 0 waste. So let's just use up what we have, and instead of just throwing it away or it just sits on a shelf, you know, I personally do not need to cook from a recipe book anymore. So mine are just collecting dust, and I've given so many away and donated them to the thrift stores and things like that. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you want to figure out what size you're going to need for your page that you're working on. So this is the page here, and what I've done is the map page that was in the book, I printed out my own vintage hanky paper, just on regular printer paper, and you just scan them, and then you print them. Don't lay them on there and then print them. Don't copy it that way. You scan it first. That's what gives you your vibrant image, and then you can adjust the brightness and the contrast when you get to that print page. So when you go into the program, so you should know what I'm talking about if you've done anything with your printer and scanner. Okay, so I wanted to go with this particular color theme based on a paper pack that I had, and it was all to do with a farm kitchen. So this is, like I said, a recipe book and a food diary. So it was so much, you know, red going on here, and blues and greens, you know. This is your probably, 1950s color theme here. So that's why I had this, already had this. And I have a vintage hanky quilt that I made, and you can go back and look at my playlist for all my sewing projects, and I show you in there my vintage hanky quilt. It's really pretty. So I just laid it up on the scanner. It was a chore, but it was fun. I managed to do it. And so based on these papers here is why I chose those vintage hankies to turn into paper. And then these are all stickers that I'll use to embellish it in a minute. So now that we have that out of the way so that you can see what I've done and what was underneath of it, so I mean, I don't want this, you know, so that's ugly. But it's a foundation, so you build a foundation with a signature. Your journal is a foundation, so the signatures are a foundation, and you just build layers on top of your foundations. So in my case, since I was using book pages, and then, you know, you just layer upon layer. So this is the second layer. So the first layer was the book page. The second layer is the vintage hanky paper. And so I have to decide. I think I'll put the envelope page back here like I did on the other one. Got something on my tongue. Excuse me. All right. So now, take this, and what I was using before as a guide was this cute little border. And this recipe book I'm using is a Susan Branch. And so, I mean, it's you know, once it's yours to do with whatever you want. So don't ever feel guilty. And like I said, you know, there's so many of them out there. It does not hurt anything to use them. All right, here's my Crafter's Companion guillotine. And this thing is extremely sharp, so it can cut multiple pages at once. All right, so we're going to put this in here. And then, whenever it doesn't cut off, it has a nice little metal edge there, and then I can peel it off. turn it this way. Let me lay it back on here. Yep, see, it still needs a little bit. So we're going to cut a little bit off on this side. Just be careful with that blade because it's extremely sharp if you ever have a guillotine. Whew. Just remember, thankfully I have not had any injuries with it, so I'm doing good. Alright, now we're going to start folding. So at this point I'm not going to worry about the length here. I just needed to get the width going in the right direction. So move this out of the way. Okay, and everything is good. Okay, you're seeing it all good today. Alright, so now the first thing we're going to do is we decide which page is it going to be our back page. So which one do we want to sacrifice? And I think I already picked out the apple. Yes, okay, so the apple is in the back. Okay, so now he can be trimmed because he's running off the edge. So if I just get my little scissors and just cut him right below this dotted line. Okay. And there now. Now he's even centered on the paper. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one edge down. Have this flap here. There's my wax paper. Beautiful new tabletop work surface. I don't know if you saw me talk about that, but my husband made that for me. And it's actually, it could be used for the wall or the ceiling. And he does remodeling, so this was left over from a job. And so he lovingly made me the tabletop with it, because I said, you know, I need a beautiful tabletop. It was so ugly. Okay, I just want to even it up over here. So I want to protect the wood. We painted it with non-VOC paint, cut a couple of layers on it, but it'll stain, you know, so I don't want to get inks and paints and glues and all that kind of thing on it. Okay, so that's that. And then I'll glue this down in a bit. And then the other one. Okay, so now that one's down. Now I'm not going to glue any of this yet. I just want to lay it out and let you see it. And we're going to ink it up and we're going to sew it. So, alright, now these two pages you want to turn upside down. Alright, so right away, I'm looking at this one here in particular. This one is so cute. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that one for the top page. Alright, so see, then when you fold it over, see, now your wording is going the right direction. Alright, so this is a little long down here. I'm going to trim it. Okay. Now this is the first pocket. This is going to form your first pocket. And this part here doesn't matter. I'll show you about that in a minute. Okay, so I think I like to see the little apple. Okay. So fold it right there. Just scoot it down just a smidge so I can see the little apple. Okay, so now I like that. Got my words lined up so you can use that kind of like as your guide. And then this one I can tell needs to be trimmed already. And I'll probably have to trim more of it. Okay, so I like this one. So let's see, this way and then this way. Okay. Alright, now, so this piece down here, you want it to line up with your bottom piece. Okay, so just go ahead and line it up. Hold your finger there for a minute. And now fold this down. And you just want to fold it so this is your pocket there. So if I go ahead and fold it all the way in half, okay, yeah, that works out. And then I can wiggle this one down a little bit. So now I have 3 pockets. And then on this middle piece, I'm going to glue it right about, well, maybe right here. I'll glue it right about here. So the depth of your pocket, depending on whatever you're going to put in there. Now this particular time card, now if I wanted to use it, it could actually go all the way down. And that wouldn't be a problem. So I might use that, but I'm going to decorate it, of course. We can't use him, leave him naked. But the back I can use as a journaling cards. Okay, so this is going to go in here. So we have number 1, what's going in that pocket. Pocket number 1, we already have squared away. Okay, now to hold these in place, while you ink them, just line everybody back up, is we're going to get a clothespin. Okay, just take your clothespin and put it right there. And now everybody stays in place. So it can be inked. And I tend to use the same ink, the brushed corduroy, which I like, which I only have 2 of the large ink pads. I have small ones, the little minis, and I might get some of the other colors. I think like maybe the green. I have the orange, but I don't like it. It's the crackling campfire. I'm not happy with that one. I'm disappointed with it. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to round the corners on the top one. Go ahead and do that. Let me see if I can round the corners on this. Okay. A little bit extra muscle there. Okay. Now we get to do the beautiful part about inking it all up. Which I probably should use a piece of copy paper. Let me see. I had some the other day. Did I throw it away? Let me see if I can grab something. Because I don't want to get this all icky, otherwise I'll have to get a new sheet. Well, let's do that just to save time. All right, this is what I like to do. Okay, I just lay it down flat, and then I just come around here first, and then we're going to go, see, you don't glue any of this, so now you can just come across this top piece here. You didn't glue it in yet. Okay. And then the same thing down here. Just move that up there for a minute. Go across here. And actually, we'll just go down here. And this is just your personal preference. Maybe you don't want to ink the edges. So, you know, maybe this part here is not any big deal. Maybe you just like to see it on the top. So whatever is your personal preference of inking. There's no inking rule of a right way or a wrong way. Everything you do is your prerogative. Okay. But I can see the reasoning behind wanting to, you know, get rid of some of the stark whiteness of it, you know. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little stencil. We're going to come in and we're going to come and we're going to add some pretty little flowers with our stencil. Just bringing that folk arty theme out, which I love. Back years ago when I was able to do craft shows, my husband and I would make the candle boxes that you would see in the colonial times, and those sold so well. People loved those. I'm sure you can find those in Etsy shop now. I'm sure there's sellers on Etsy that make those. But you just have to look up and get the authentic, you know, for me, I'm all about authenticity, so I have actually had a book, so I followed that. So the size, the shape, everything had to be precise. Woohoo! Alright, now let's see, I've got a smaller one. Let me come in here. So see, it's just like, for me, now when I'm doing my snippet rolls, I like all those layers and what you have, what's not there. But when I'm doing these kind of things, I don't like that. I would rather add the textures and the extra beautiful things and things like this with my stamps. Clear vellum stickers, I like those. That's the kind of thing I like. But again, you can decorate yours any way you want. And this reduces the bulk, you see. You're not going to get all the bulk with the pages and in your signature. You're going to have enough just adding the layers. Okay, so put you right there. Okay, see how pretty that is already? Just absolutely something that simple was able to transform these pages just that quick and easy. Absolutely darling, isn't it pretty? Look at how pretty. Just beautiful. Okay, and see, I just love it. So this is picking up on these little flowers that are right here, and the colors are already picking up on this color here. So it's so pretty in the bowl, the spoon. Yeah, get the idea. Okay, so now, I don't think I need to show you the sewing machine, but the zigzag, like I showed you in the other signature. So what I'll do is I'll start here on this corner and go all the way, no, back up. Take this page out since nothing is glued, and then I stitch it closed first, right down here across the bottom. Then I come back and go all the way around here, 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 so that the stitching goes all the way around the page. And then it will go in the little journal. Okay? Alright, let's see what time we are at. Where's the timer? I'm looking. Where are you? Somewhere that I can't see. Oh, there it is. Okay, it looks like 12, or are we already at 20? I think we're already at 20. Okay, so maybe we'll just stop right there, and I will leave you to venture into your craft room today and get out some vintage book pages, and then you can make a beautiful book page envelope that looks just like this one. You see? Exact duplicate, minus the stitching. And then I'll put some little tags that I'll use, and then I'll be using this paper pack. So let me just show you the paper pack that I'm using. And we can go through this. Okay, so it's Country Kitchen is the name of it. And it is Carta Bella is the designer. And I bought this off of scrapbook.com. So you can go over there. And I do not know if this is a pack that is still in print, but you may be able to find it if you go on eBay. So if scrapbook.com is out of it, then you could go on eBay or somewhere like that, or even Etsy. Sometimes they have it there as well. Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to see if I had a couple more sheets out of that pack. I wanted to show you everything that Okay. Alright, so that's the same sticker sheet. Okay, that's beach. That's not even anything related. Okay, so this one here is all of the little, like, I don't even know what they call those, but anyway. The old logos and the little bottle cap top is what I'm thinking, but I don't know if that's actually what it is. So it has the nice stripes on the back, the floral, the rooster, the plates, and then everything is a different pattern, so it's double-sided print, which is what I like. And then, so the next video, I'll show you how to make the little envelopes and the miniature envelopes. So we'll make these. So we'll make the little handmade envelopes page here and the little miniature envelope there. So stay tuned for that video, and thank you so much for being here with me today. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and then I will have this stitched together and I'll have that glued into place, and I'll have my vintage hanky papers glued in. And if you want to see the lamination and how to do that as well, then go check out that page, because it turns your papers into just beautiful works of art. So these vintage hanky pages, if I laminated one of these, the texture would just be immediately transformed and the way it looks. So you know what? Since I haven't glued this one in yet, I think I'll go ahead and do that. This one I glued the one flap down already. So I had the little piece hanging over here, and then I left that left over, so there's a little piece hanging over here. But this one I didn't do that with, and this one lines up right here. So I may or may not. It just depends. But maybe the next signature, let's plan it for the next signature. So I'll be doing more vintage hanky papers and showing you the lamination and then the before and after. So here you're seeing the texture. It's just this thin, flimsy little copy paper, and then once it's laminated, then you get this beautiful, which I, put it onto the cardstock, but I mean, the texture is just hands down, you will love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to go stitch this, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here, and don't forget, hit the subscribe button, the little bell for notifications so you get updates, and give it a thumbs up, so that all helps me be found in search. And if you could leave a comment of just saying, "Hi Marsha, I was here today." That's all I need you to do. Is that, if you're at a loss for words or whatever, but commenting, liking it, all of those things help me get found in search. So I really, really would appreciate that. And we will be doing a 300 subscriber giveaway, and so stay tuned for that. So just come back and hang out with me and see what else I have for you. Have a great day and stay safe. Bye-bye.